Hey all, and welcome to the finale of our Spider-Man, The City That Never Sleeps DLC commentary, and it's being done as nature intended it, with us three schmucks.
Yeah, because at the time of recording, it got a little late on Jordy's end, so she had to go to bed.
But it's just again like that, and I still as much how to say it, as much as I love all of our big group projects, it's great having everybody talk about and learn about all the stuff happening at once. I don't mind just the three of us just kind of shooting the shit and just talking.
I don't mind it.
I stuff happening.
Like I feel like we're basically the core three at this point.
I mean,
right.
That's pretty much how it's been for the past while.
And was about to move into her new place.
Like most if not every video we've done has just been like it wouldn't. Most videos would not go by without the three of us.
Unless there was like something like in particular that happened to crop up now and then.
Yeah, like the fact that I got too sick to finish off Dim and Devil May Cry 2.
Send you an address as soon as I'm done with all
I'm telling you, man, all that salt really got to me.
And yeah, after all this is done, after all this mess is done, we're gonna finally take Miles out for some swinging.
Woohoo!
No, not that kind of swinging.
Oof.
Anyway, let's find the yellow tape. Oh, huh.
Whoever's setting up these scenes.
Jeez, this looks like a straight up Sly Cooper bit.
Yeah,
It really
kind
does.
of actually.
Especially this part here, which, okay, real quick, from my experiences playing the games, I do like that Sly 4 gave you the purchasable ability to run along ropes and stuff once you start walking on them.
Yeah. I think you eventually get the ability to just run across them without being detected.
That's great.
I doubt you think there's actually anything wrong with you. So, why did you really come see me today?
Ooh.
You're smart. I like that. Okay, let's get right to it then.
And he just takes a gun
Do
out.
what I tell you, and I won't cut
Oh,
pretty
one
much.
more, it's like one
right
more
to
thing.
Okay,
Wait, what?
It's that one Overwatch thing I showed you where it's like Lucia's like, oh yeah, one more thing, and they edit so that like he like suddenly pulls out a gun on you.
Oh,
Whoa, the therapist is...
These crime scenes all feel like
it's literally a Texas standoff at this point.
You think it is you who has got me?
Why it's me that's got me. Wait a
Man,
minute.
from what we've learned about Bikini Bottom, I'm still looking forward to it. I haven't played that game in so God knows how long.
I am cautious but still interested.
Yeah, I mean, it does bum me out that, you know, we still have Discount Mr. Krabs, but, I mean, given the fact that it was already confirmed earlier that they were more or less reusing the same clips from the original game, if not cleaned up a bit, then I can live with that.
That is probably, as odd as that is, I think for me that's kind of one of the least, not least offensive, but least glaring things for me.
Yeah. I mean, if it worked for Medieval, then I think it could work for Bikini Bottom. Again, it's just those one or two elements that you wish could have been fixed.
Yeah, and honestly, aside from Mr. Krabs, I think the voice work in Bell.
What?
Sorry, just interrupt you real quick. The reason why that Hammerhead sounded like had gone to the therapist in the first place was because he wanted access to Captain Yuri Watanabe's files because
I am ready. Meet me at my base.
not yet. We're in the middle of some plot.
How exactly do you have a base in the city that I don't know about?
Oh.
Good talk.
Yeah,
hang on.
real smooth.
Oh wait. I like this bit. Hang on. Why she was hanging up with me?
Maybe she didn't hang up on purpose.
Yeah.
She probably just got disconnected.
Devil damn it.
She could be
Sure.
waiting for me to call her back.
Anytime now.
Or she could be running out of minutes on her cell phone.
Yeah.
That's
I mean,
it.
she's probably doing international roaming. That stuff is expensive.
That's true. Well, let's be real here, Peter.
Or maybe she just really needed to polish her pistol.
Just thinking this all
Let's apply
through.
Occam's
Okay,
razor.
what is it?
The simplest and most obvious solution is she hates me.
No shit.
Aw. So I wouldn't say hate. She just
Fun out of everything.
Logic
she
takes the fun out
tolerates
of
you in
everything.
she tolerates you in small bursts.
Yeah, let's be real here. She trusts you just about as far as she can throw you.
But I can throw you very far.
That's good. That's fair enough.
Well, what is that from? That sounds familiar.
Slide 3 was Dr. M. He was talking.
Oh, that's right. I remember.
He was
that.
talking to Carmelita. He's like, "Sorry, I trust you about as far as I can throw you.
And I can
Though I
throw
can
you
throw
very
you
far."
pretty far."
You know what? I want
chucks
to
it.
talk. I want to talk about that since we're just talking about like random stuff at this point, and you know, aside from
go
these
for it.
tapes, not a whole lot's going on.
The victim was part of
I think
Hammerhead's crime
I've heard
family.
some people talk about the idea of
The
like
last
if they
recording,
ever
he
decide to
talked about
revisit
getting
Sly
Yuri's mental
Cooper,
health
maybe
records.
give it like like, do what the Insane Trilogy did and make, like, proper remakes of the first 3 Sly games. If they do that, I kind of want them to do what Medieval did and keep it so that most of the voice work is pretty much, aside from being cleaned up, most of the voice work is just untouched, except for Carmelita.
Yeah, we need a consistent voice we need a consistent voice for her for a fucking change.
Every game, it's been different, and it never. And and it's gone back and forth. Personally, I think I like 2's Carmelita voice the best.
I like the voice, the acting is just kind of bland.
Getting closer.
3 had decent moments. I'm sorry, I have not quite. I've heard the one in 4, and I'm not quite liking it so far.
I like
Good
it.
with it.
Well, like, what exactly is your hang-up with her, if I can ask?
It sounds too. Hear me out here. It sounds too young, like too preppy. Oh my gosh, why can't anything go right? I don't know. It just has this weird tone to this.
Honestly, my only big problem is that it's just Grey Delisle is just way too familiar of a voice, and I just can't take that away from it.
I suppose. Well, I guess you could say.
I think the one in Sly Cooper 1 was fine enough.
Yeah, she was fine.
I think her accent was okay.
I'd say at worst she had a few lines where she was clearly phoning it in.
Yeah. Criminal!
No, that one was fine. The one I take umbrage with is "Nice job, raccoon."
Oh, actually, that was another one. It's like, you can't escape me, raccoon!
That was fine. And again, her accent was great. Like the whole like "I will hunt you down" and all that. Like the pistol or it's like something like that. The back and forth between her and Sly felt nice in that. Although the second game was fine. But I don't know what it is about that role. Like, does nobody like playing her more than once? Do they just like finding new people?
I feel like it started off. As like the first one was probably like an employee, and then once they got to 2, they got an actual actress, and I guess for 3 there was a schedule confliction, so they just got another actress. And I feel like Sanzaru at this point decided, you know what? Let's just make it a running gag.
That's not how it should be, though. It's not some American Horror Story, get somebody new every single time and re-roll all the casts.
I honestly just think they've always just been unlucky.
Why? What are you going to do? I'm gonna do whatever my boss does, Benito.
Oh no.
So that being said,
head upon Yuri.
Ah, crap.
although that being said, if they do take that idea of like with the Sly Cooper remake trilogy and have it so that like Carmelita is the only one you redub, what completely different actress do you think they'd get for her?
I mean, honestly, I think they'd be able to. They just play it safe and bring back Grey.
Yeah.
Consider she is literally the most consistent actress that they've had.
Yeah.
Is she still retired right now?
No,
or
she's
taking a break.
I don't recall her being retired.
I thought she had like taken a break for like family stuff.
I think she probably. You're thinking of Laura Bailey.
Oh, okay.
And as far as I know, I think she got back from it.
Poor JJ.
He'll never get over it.
He never will. It's like the Dr. Seuss story, like the man who never smiled. I don't know why that already started making me laugh the second I thought of a grumpy J. Jonah Jameson on the cover with the title, The Man Who Never Smiled.
Yertle the Turtle, he had a great fall.
What was that from?
It's Yertle the Turtle, another one of Seuss's stories.
Oh, jeez, that's right, crap.
You know what? I just remember something, like, as far as, like, actual Sly Cooper VO is concerned. A really random thing I just remembered. A long while ago, I actually still had I did have a PS Vita, and I ended up getting the Sly collection for it.
Mm-hmm.
At one point in Sly 1, like, you still have the typical tutorial stuff from Bentley, but they had to take into account that the button layout isn't the same on a Vita as it is on the PS2.
Right. Oh, actually, James was gonna say what happened. So what's happening now is Yuri and the therapist are working together to learn more about that Maja enforcer. And the therapist is gonna be wearing a wire.
So the therapist really was on our side.
But as you're going to see,
Does he know he's being lied to?
hang on.
We'll find out tomorrow, I guess. You sure about all this?
We catch him in the act of trying to murder a
God.
police officer. He gets put away for life.
Yuri, what are you
Oh,
doing?
sorry to interrupt you. It's gonna happen in the next bit here. Actually, is that they were wearing a wire, and everything was about to work out okay. They were gonna basically Yuri was gonna use herself as bait, and then the therapist was going to be wearing a wire to hopefully, you know, be the person leading it. Sorry, while I'm so sorry, sir, over there. While I'm doing that, while I'm finding this guy, James, sorry, what were you saying about the PS Vita and the button layout?
They had to take that into account. So for at least 1 or 2 clips, maybe more, depending on the game, they actually did have Bentley the Bentley's actor. What was his name again?
Yuri's been here.
Chris or George something.
Chris Sowen.
Chris, that's right. He had to re-record him saying different. Press this button instead.
And the difference between how he voiced Bentley then to now is so fucking obvious. It is jarring.
Oh jeez, I'm gonna look that up. Okay, here we go.
I mean, hey, he still got it, but it's like it's so fucking obvious. He changed he changed the way he plays Bentley between then and now.
Yeah.
And so
like
unfortunately, they said
he used to sound a little more lowbrow and softer like this, but nowadays he talks a little higher pitched and you know, rugged like this.
Uh-oh, so hang on.
Elbow.
The guy found him.
Oh, what the?
Oh.
They were gonna do the whole wire thing, but the hitman found him first and immediately knew he was working with the cops.
And I love how the subtitle literally made that clear.
Yeah.
So now we have to. So now it's time to find. Where is it?
I keep forgetting that Spider-Man has his own devil damn Twitter account in the
Oh,
corner
call
there.
for no number.
Hello?
Hello, old friend.
Yuri.
Yuri.
Yuri?
Meet me at the corner of Madison and 23rd. We need to talk.
Wait, Yuri!
Ah.
She's gone.
So we're stuck between we're stuck between a rock and a hard place,
Beyond her.
aka Sybil and Sable and Yuri.
So we need to run after her and figure out what the heck, why Yuri was the one that left all that yellow tape everywhere, and why she led us on all these like grisly crime scenes. Which we'll soon learn. The reason why she led us to all those crime scenes was because that hitman who sounded like Hammerhead in all of them. Oh hey JJ. But yeah, all those crime scenes were left and caused by that guy who was on the recording. You finally have proof?
For what?
For years, I have asked my dear listeners to send in photographic evidence to prove, once and for all, that Spider-Man is directly linked to the very criminals who plague our city.
Oh?
Uh-oh.
And finally, one brave anonymous caller has delivered the goods.
Well, let's hear it.
We have clear photos of Spider-Man standing in the immediate vicinity of caches of humanitarian
Right,
aid.
that's us.
Aid that was intended for Simcoe.
We saved them.
And our heroic caller assures me that these very humanitarian caches are being sold on the black
What?
market. If I've learned one thing in my years as a world-renowned reporter, it's this. Photos don't lie.
Unless you doctor
So so this is a point of contention that some people have been kind of curious about. They're almost wondering if David is the reason why they're being sold on the black market. There's theories going around of like, was he actually a good guy? And I'm not sure. I have no idea if that guy we were helping out with all the caches, David, whatever his name was, voiced by the guy who plays Crunch. I have no idea if he actually is a good guy or not. But there are like Reddit threads about like, wait, what was that all meant to be?
And only the Insomniac writers can answer that.
I know.
Hopefully whatever answer they give us isn't contrived in the slightest.
Because I would like to know what's happening here and why the people I helped is now JJ.
Even I could never have suspected Spider-Man of something.
JJ, you're lying and you know it.
I mean, I could, but I didn't want to say it.
I just didn't want to be I could, I just didn't want to be that guy.
I mean, I did want to be that guy, but not for you people.
Not if I was going to be potentially wrong. Anyway, so let's see what the heck Yuri left here and oh god.
So we're just gonna ignore that plot thread and take care of this.
He's dead.
Oh, shit.
That's the Maggia.
You scarecrow.
Oh, fuck.
And the case files from all his victims. This guy killed all these people. But does that mean he deserved to die?
Spider-Man's always optimistic in here, Yuri.
I know what you're gonna say, but just hear me out.
I was totally in the right.
But there are
That's what she's basically saying.
I know. You just hear me out. I plead the fifth.
Put their trust in fate or karma.
That's pretty much what she's doing,
whatever.
yeah.
But I can only trust me.
You can't kill people, Yuri.
Apparently I can. And you know what? It felt good.
You need to turn yourself in.
For what? I just dispensed justice. True justice. and I restored a little bit of balance to the world.
You're my friend, Yuri. I don't want to come after you.
You do what you have to do, and I'll do what I have to do. Goodbye, Spider-Man.
Yuri! What am I gonna do?
So,
And-
there you have it.
So with that being said, that's why I think what's going to happen in the sequel is you see if you look up Yuri, or her full name Yuriko Watanabe, you find another character that she became in the Marvel
She's
comics.
also the most
That
tenacious,
is-
She
stubborn person I know.
Wraith.
This was a bad guy for
She
sure,
used
but
some of
killing
Mysterio's equipment.
That's too
She
much.
used the Mask of the Chameleon even at one point. And she uses yellow police tape in order to basically somewhat swing around the place like Spider-Man does. Hey, stop. Let's go, stop, Hammerhead. But so yes, that is a kind of a I don't know how to describe her, but it's like a very like vengeful, like vendetta kind of person. Yeah, her villain name is Wraith, and I have a theory. Oh, that's how she kept that base hidden.
Ah.
So that's why my current theory is I think in the sequel they may have Spider-Man start to confront Wraith, kind of like Taskmaster.
I know.
I can see that.
Invisible floating fortress thing. But now that all of New
Assuming
York
she doesn't end up
City
just being the main villain
will
herself.
probably be here soon.
Possibly, I don't know.
So let us
Then again, I guess it also depends on if Wraith is really that big of a villain to really hold that title.
I don't know, like, would you call her a full-on villain or more of an anti-hero like Venom?
We need to calibrate it to prevent
Sorry, that was directed at
hype.
Hype. I have no idea what I'm talking about with Wraith.
Sorry, what were you asking?
Do you think Wraith is more of a villain or an anti-hero like Venom is?
Anti-hero, definitely.
Okay.
I mean, because from what you saw, it definitely is something where she's not... Whoa, big gun. She's not evil, she just is very much more screw the no-killing rule.
Well, basically, she's about as much as...
She's literally the anti-Batman.
Yeah, but basically, she's about as much of a hero or villain as Punisher is.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Exit the hangar and navigate
Makes
to the
sense.
top of the nearby
How she manages to swing around the place or climb using just police tape is beyond me, eh?
Talk about the strategy with
Maybe it's specialized police tape.
What is there to talk about?
Well, I mean, that's how she... I mean, that's what she was swinging. That's why all the L tape was there. Do this again. It's been a while.
To critical temperature, which will rearrange its molecular structure.
So we're literally gonna shoot a freaking giant heat vision on him.
Yep, right on his head, which will hopefully soften it up enough for my blows to actually mean something. Because,
on his stupid head?
and I mean, it makes sense given that literally, it's unfortunate. Literally, his head is the one part of him that's still organic. Everything else is metal that's not gonna feel anything.
That's...
Wait, this doesn't involve shooting me, does it?
Not yet.
Yep.
Yes.
Not, okay. Good to
Alright,
know
let's launch
there.
some targets. Let's launch some targets at her.
I would have loved that was an instance where it's like after that conversation he goes,
Pull!
wait, what do you mean yet?
And I do like this. It's not scripted. I could throw this in any direction and she'll always hit it.
That's
And
good.
go there. Nice.
Now there's the teamwork I like to see.
Comes another one.
Go up high. Oh, fair enough. I didn't throw it high enough. I let you down.
Aw. Down low? Hello?
And it's like too slow, and then he just, since she says too slow, and just blasts you.
Oh god, that would suck.
You are a child.
I don't think you
come
know
on.
how high fives work.
I'm beginning to like this high five situation.
I like the one guy
High
that
five
keeps
with a
stuck.
goddamn laser.
I like how that one guy up there just keeps ducking every time she shoots the laser.
Jeez. Man, having her for a boss would be probably stressful.
And wait for me to activate it.
You know, maybe that's why their aim is so incompetent, because they have so much stress.
Alright, one more adjustment, and we're smart.
At least we don't have to. We aren't forced to do another.
Just in time, too. Get out of there.
Oh, jeez. There's barely any space to move in this thing.
I know.
You two teaming up now? You. But it ain't gonna do no good.
Does he even have a body left in that thing?
It doesn't look like it.
Yeah, it looks like it literally is just his head, and they've just attached his spinal cord to everything else.
Oh god, I can see it.
It's more metal, but it's probably like in there, like in that casing somewhere. It's not gonna lie. Oh, I don't know if I ever said this, but I would still, Iron Man 3 aside, I still would love like a true like, a true cartoon or a true retelling of the Extremis story of Iron Man.
It'd be interesting.
What? Because it was a cool idea. Okay,
Yeah.
where are you? There you are. Blast him!
Oh boy.
Zappity, zap zap.
Now I can get in close.
Yeah, now we can deal some true damage.
President just melt his face off.
Yeah, that carbon steel plate is pretty hefty.
I would love.
But you're right; it should really be burning the rest of his face around it.
I would love if, like, every other punch you do on the head, you just every now and then hear Spider-Man going, "Ow,
ow, ow, ow!" And at this point, I'm going to just kind of cut around here so often because some of these battles, some of the Mook fights get a little bit trickier.
And we see this shit for like the rest of the entire commentary.
How you like that?
I think I got a headache. No respect. Nyuk, nyuk, nyuk.
There it is.
Sorry, just a little bit of something we talked about behind the scenes.
Ooh. Oh, now he's got shielding.
Oh, crap.
So the way this works is I have to grab the bomb she drops and throw him at him to delay that shield.
I missed.
I'll make sure the next one hits.
Because otherwise, all my attacks are going to do jack squat.
Yeah, it'll just zap my hands right off.
Whoa.
Already? Oh,
jeez. And
I'm just realizing.
get down.
I'm just realizing this is pretty much a modern take on the goddamn Chaos 6 fight.
Oh yeah.
Where Eggman drops his bombs and you gotta use them in order to freeze Chaos.
Right.
Only in this case, it's actually intentional, as opposed to Eggman, who was just being a fucking idiot.
I would not like to fight Hammerhead if he was as big as Chaos 6.
Oh, dear God.
Also take into account Chaos 6 didn't have, like, other mooks running around while you're beating them up.
I know we've also talked about this, but as one last remastered or not remastered conversation in this commentary, if it is true that they're going to do something with Sonic Adventure 1 or Sonic Adventure 2 or the whole trilogy with Heroes, if they're going to do something about upping them to today's like graphics, I would love that.
Me too. I think the Hedgehog engine, despite whatever you may say how it was handled in Forces, like it was still some form of step up.
Like the engine is the engine is there. They just need like the level design to back it up. It's like, go ahead, Hype.
Well, first off, I don't think you have to worry about level design because I feel like it probably would just be like note for note exactly the same as in the adventure games, kind of like what they did with Crash, Spyro, and Medieval. That being said, though, for as much promise as the idea holds, I feel like remakes of the adventure games are just gonna like have everybody split just because of all the various factors that you'd have to take into account with the idea of remaking them.
Right, and honestly, I don't trust Sonic Team in its current state to just up and remaster the original games without it being about as unpolished as the rest of them.
They need the people. They need the developers. They can't just use the name. But this should be it. One last time.
Oh, wait a minute.
Oh, the laser broke.
God damn it!
I was about to say that laser was looking a little punier.
Yeah, I know it was running out of fizz. And what are you gonna do?
Oh God, I just realized she gotta ram the bitch.
It's gonna ram it. And oh jeez, time out. Oh. Dude, that was a freaking Oliver and Company moment, and yes, I did use a stupid Disney movie, because that was actually a badass way for that villain to die in Oliver and Company.
You know what? I would love it's like he gets down there. It's like, okay, first off, that seemed a little bit needless. Devil damn.
Dun. That's totally what this
respect.
Is.
And
oh boy,
dead.
Oh.
Yeah, it'd be like okay, Sable. First off, that seemed a little too over the top.
That was fun. Hey, you have dinner plans?
Yeah.
Spidey, come on.
I know this great pizza place.
I must return to Simcaria.
Right.
Fair.
You have a war to fight.
I do not like to fight. Do what I have to in order to help my people.
I know. That's what heroes do.
I am no hero. But you have taught me a few things.
Oh yeah? Like what?
Like how to disarm my enemies with bad jokes.
Actually,
no.
they're good jokes. But I understand humor can be subjective.
Fair. You know, give it a ball.
Thank you, Spider-Man.
Aw.
For everything.
Aw, come here.
I don't
Come
do hugs.
Oh, fair. Okay. Honest. All right.
It's like
Hey,
take into account that high five I gave you was the extent of what you'll get.
Hey, come back here. I need a lift.
Oh, wait.
Thank you.
Woohoo!
Yeah, we're
And
forgetting
then-
someone.
Nah.
That was surprisingly uplifting.
So yeah, with that said, that is it. That is it for the City That Never Sleeps DLC. Hammerhead's reign is
Aww.
That's right, because he passed away before this got to finish.
Dang it.
So they did include this in the DLC.
Mm-hmm.
Excelsior. Aww. So yeah, that was it. That was the end of our. That was the end of us taking down Hammerhead and O. There's something yet new after these.
Oh, that's right. We still...
Finally.
Oh my god.
Gotta protect his identity somehow.
Are a little tight. Get used to it.
Pinch after a while.
Just try to keep up.
See ya.
I just realized they expected us to wear the default outfit along with this to make it seem a little more like, you know...
Nah, he gets the old. No, he gets the old hand-me-downs. And
Yeah.
yes, you got this, Miles.
Splat.
just a thud.
You still got this, Miles?
So now, I would love to see that in the sequel if they have Miles like do full-on like co-op Spidey. That'd be great.
Yay, we did it.
And I'm
job,
I'm
hero.
going to show one last conversation, which I think is fantastic, and then I will stop.
Okay,
But
Hammerhead's
that's it.
Finished, but his men are still out there.
yeah, we can do that.
Spider's work is never
So
done.
before we finish off, let's have one last little explosive bout from everybody's favorite Jay. And thud. No, we're
Ow.
fine. It really looked like I should have went thud there.
Yeah, you literally landed on the
Here it
shrubbery.
is.
Oh,
Today is a fine day in New York City. At long last, Hammerhead has been taken down for...
Hooray! Actually, I don't think this is the one, but there's one after this I love. Hang on.
They did, after all, land the final.
We did.
However, while the mainstream media trips over itself to heap lavish praise on these vigilantes,
Aw.
allow me to give you a dose of fact.
Sounds good.
Hammerhead would have never gotten this far had it not been for Silver Sable, leaving behind all her
That is true.
Yeah, that was actually kind of irresponsible on her.
stoking the fires of a gang war and forcing a decorated police captain into administration.
Okay, she was already kind of unhinged as we learned to begin with, which is sad. It's this part. I will say that part of Yuri's story is sad, considering like how they started in the main story and then it all
Yeah.
kind of fell apart.
not to mention...
And here it is.
I mean,
here
look,
it is.
and look at the... Oh,
Jared, call my doctor and double all my prescriptions.
What?
huh?
I'm in the red here, folks.
Because
Eyewitnesses have confirmed that there is no longer just one Spider-Man, but two.
he's now learned about Miles.
Oh, no.
I mean, one is bad enough, but I'm having a hard time dealing with the idea of multiple menaces swinging through our beautiful...
Oh, he's losing it. Oh, what? Jared?
Jared, I might be having a heart attack.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
I need to lie down, folks. No, don't call an ambulance. It's too expensive.
It's not
Call
wrong.
a cab.
It's actually sad, but true.
I have a coupon. Don't go in my wallet. Jared. I'll do it. I'll
Jay?
do it.
Jonah?
And that's why you won't be seeing JJ in the sequel.
Oh,
So yes.
you know they're gonna bring him back.
They got it. That is, I still will say that is hands down one of the best things they've done. That Insomniac like took their liberty with of turning him into a podcaster is fantastic.
I mean, yeah, it works well with his character.
It's so sad that they give you the option to turn it off at the start of the game. It's like, are you kidding?
No, this shit's that's some great shitter material.
Right. So
It's like the equivalent of the Eggman PAs in colors.
Exactly.
right.
And
Definitely in no way, shape, or form.
Except you can actually hear
unlike the PA now, I was about to say you can actually hear the JJ podcast.
Have subtitles. They should have subtitles for the Eggman PAs. But
If
So, yeah.
there's a colors HD version, I think they should.
it was great. So yeah, that was it. That will conclude somehow our 50-parter Spider-Man thingy. I don't think we've ever done anything this long before. We had fun though. We had some good moments. But yeah, that is it. That is officially. I have nothing else of any real worth to show off with the game anymore besides the side quest stuff. If you want to go after all the tokens, go all the goodies. Again, I do still offer a lot of this to New Game Plus, otherwise it probably would have been a much longer trek of me unlocking all the equipment and unlocking all the level ups, so New Game Plus helped a lot with that. This gave me a great excuse to get that trophy for completing New Game Plus. Anyway, but yeah, otherwise, just I still think it's a blast, and I really am looking forward to if they continue this story. And I'm still we're recording this in late April, so I'm still optimistic for the Avengers game that Square Enix is making. I haven't heard anything about that since this new year started. I'm curious how it's going to turn out.
I think they did announce that it might be released in June. I'd have to double check on that.
Okay, I remember it was originally going to be May, but if it's June, that's totally fair given everything else. What did you think going into all this hype as the Spidey fan?
Well, like I said, I definitely have been enjoying what I've seen of it. I still would love to get the game, you know, if I ever could get a PS4, maybe they can finally swallow their pride and release it on the Switch or PC. But I've
they won't. Well, PC maybe, but not Switch.
PC would be nice.
Yeah.
Continue.
But still, I've definitely been enjoying it, like, even with the DLC. This definitely does stand to be the best Spider-Man game we've had, and I definitely look forward to how they plan on continuing it if they ever do get around to revisiting this. And I'm just really looking forward to where it goes from here, because honestly, like I'm definitely interested in this whole initiative that Marvel's been taking about having bigger name companies handling their games from now on. Like, we have this with Spider-Man, we have like Team Ninja with Ultimate Alliance 3, which I still really like Ultimate Alliance 3. I can understand why some people were a little disappointed with it, but I still think it was really fun. And we have Square with Avengers. I'm looking forward to see what they do next for this little rejuvenating path of video games they're going through.
Yeah. And what did you think? What do you think, James?
I'm going to cop out and say that you should go check back on our initial finale for my thoughts on the game, because they more or less stay the same.
Fair enough. That is true. So yeah, I hope everybody had a great time. And
I think we did.
Yeah, and I look forward to what we do next with all the Marvel stuff, and or just here's in general. Please give Hulk another chance.
That would be fun. Although I guess as far as comic stuff goes, as soon as I get it, because I do know for a fact that's going to be my birthday gift, once I get my capture card, I am going to try to record Arkham Asylum for the channel.
Looking forward to it.
I'm down for that. I would like to learn more about the Arkham games. I know we did Arkham Knight, was it, as a look at?
Yeah, Matt did that as a look at for us, and
I did City as a look at years ago.
Oh, that too. I almost forgot about that.
Yeah, we will definitely look into that, because I do want to know more about all that stuff. And Arkham City did look like a great game.
Arkham City is, in my opinion, the best of the quadrilogy.
Wow.
And it was only the second game.
Yeah. So, yep, with that said, thank you all so much for joining us. And as always, I was Lucky Jack 20.
I'm Jay's Man Extreme.
And there goes the Spider-Man.
Look out.
Sorry, it's late for hype. We got it. It's been long enough. It's been like 16 goddamn parts. It's time for us to sleep.
Sleep time, Manhattan.
Music just a warm milk. It will help you sleep like baby.
You put head down on pillow. Just push the. Anyway, take care, everybody. See ya.